Hey guys, I know I look crazy, but this is authenticity, okay? I can never hold the camera straight, but I'm about to make breakfast and I want you guys to see what I make when I'm trying to eat a little healthy. You know, the holidays just ended and I need to keep it tight, as we say. So, come with me. The reason that I'm moving to NYC is because when I was younger, I went to New York and I had a wonderful time. I went for my Sweet 16. I didn't want to party or anything. I just wanted to go somewhere. So I went to New York City. And when I was there, I loved it. I fell in love with it. And the main things that I liked were that, it was the hustle and bustle. There was a lot going on, but I could feel the opportunity. Like, I don't know if you guys are like this, and excuse me, I have like a cold, but sometimes I feel like, you know, certain places have a rhythm. Like New Orleans has like a rhythm to it. Atlanta has like a rhythm to it, and so does New York. And I was like moving at the beat, okay? Like it just seemed like a great opportunity. And so, but I hadn't thought about it since then. When I was really young, I thought I was going to go to NYU and all this stuff. Not even close. So, this past semester was my last semester of school, and during my last semester of school, I spent a lot of my time, almost all of my free time, job hunting for when I graduated. It was important to me that I graduated with some type of job because I don't want to hear nobody mouth. I don't want to. I want to be like, yep, bye. So of course, whatever you want is not going to freaking happen. And so I did not have a job when I graduated. But from August until December, I had applied for about, maybe 150 different jobs. I've had a lot of people not reach back out to me. I've got a lot of rejections. I've also gotten a lot of interviews, but not like the second one or the third one on an offer. And it was really pissing me off, especially in Atlanta because Atlanta is such a popular city right now. I mean, everybody moves down to Atlanta and, ain't my problem that it's populated. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta work harder. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the place I felt like for what I was looking for too. Like I'm looking to make sure I'm extending my network. I'm looking for mentorship. Like I have very like strong defined goals, strongly defined goals. And so because of that, I want to make sure I'm hitting each and every one of those goals. And so around December, or maybe late November, I started to get really worried. And I applied a lot more. I was getting a little bit down about it. I was a little sad, but I'm pretty positive. So I just kept working at it. And so one day I thought, okay, I'm going to look for places outside of Atlanta. I can't limit myself. I have to work really harder. And if it's not going to work here, it's going to have to work somewhere. And so I'm like, oh, I would never live in California. There was a place I really wanted to work in Miami, but that was also pricey. And I was looking at Texas, but I don't really see myself in Texas. I'm not I'm Southern, but like I'm not Texas. So I kept working, and I said, well, what about New York? You've always liked New York. It's in the back of your mind. You don't think about it because you know it's so expensive. Why don't you go? Are you just scared? Like, what if there's an opportunity waiting there for you? And so before I could get caught up in fear, I went online and I started applying for jobs in New York. And I probably did that for about a week. And because I was in the New York mood, I started watching a lot of vlogs about people who were moving to New York with no money because obviously I wouldn't have any money because I'm, jobless college student or whatever. And so I kept looking, kept looking, kept looking, kept looking. And then when I was watching the vlogs, they were saying, like, get on Indeed.com. I don't know if it's me, but I always thought Indeed.com was something that was kind of like if you had no kind of option, but I guess I was the person who had no kind of option. And so I get on Indeed. I apply for like 20 different jobs. I get a lot of leads. Not a lot of things work out. And then I get 2 interviews. And so those 2 interviews went really well. And then after that, I had a second interview with both of the jobs. One of them was full-time. One of them was part-time. And then I did one more interview I mean, I was offered another interview, but it was in person. So I was like, oh shit, like I can't, like I'm not going to be able to do this because I'm still in school here in Atlanta. I can't do it. But it was probably between those two first interviews, it was like mid-December, like really close to graduation. And I said, well, if I get some graduation money, I'll go. But if I can't, if I don't have graduation money, like it's, I'm grown. Like if I ain't got the money, I don't have the money. And so I worked my ASS off, got through finals, got through graduation, and thankfully my dad had given me some money and I felt like his money was enough for me to take that flight. So this past Tuesday, today's the 21st, but on Tuesday the 17th, I flew to New York. I had two interviews, one at 11 a.m., one at 3:30, and I was so freaking late to my first interview which is the one I really needed, really wanted and needed, because it was full time. I was 30 minutes late because it was raining and I ended up taking a shuttle instead of just taking the subway because I was a little apprehensive when I first got there. But I did take the shuttle on the way back to the airport. So did the interviews. Everything seemed pretty great. My first interview was at the Rockefeller Center. My second interview was at the Soho Hotel, the Isle something, Soho Hotel. And so I did that, and then after I did those two interviews, I came back home. So I came back home, I was doing my thing. I kind of was keeping it a secret from most of my family members, except for like my mom and my sister, because they kind of had to know for safety. And then yesterday, which is the 20th, 3 days after my interview, I was offered both positions. And I thought about it all day because I was super broke. I didn't have anywhere to go if I did go to New York, but I knew that these were opportunities that may not arise again. Excuse me. This sickness is like, it's like a light sick, but whatever. What was I saying? That I didn't want to give up on the opportunity, but I'm not dumb enough to go somewhere with nothing, you know? And so I had a little bit of money. My mom had a little bit of money. I was still waiting on graduation gifts to come in. And I had two people who had offered me graduation gifts, but I didn't know what I wanted. And so I thought that would be a great opportunity to see if that would work for what I was looking for. And it did. And so today I'm going to be booking my Airbnb. I'm going to stay in the Airbnb until I get my first check. And then I'm going to take care of my own Airbnb. And then after a while, I'm going to eventually sign a lease and move into an apartment. I'm also getting my flight probably today. And then I have to go home and pack because I'm leaving tomorrow. And it's just crazy because I think that if you believe you can do something, you can do it. And the second that I got those in-person interviews, I knew that this was going to be my next move. I just knew it. And I just worked my ass off to do well in the interviews. I worked my ass off to get in the interviews and impress them after I was late as heck. And then here I am working hard as heck to get there. So my next video is probably going to be me actually, going. The rest of this video, aside from me sitting down, is going to be, me booking my flight, me booking my Airbnb, me packing my bags, this is insane. It's insane that I'm even doing this. It's so fast. It's such a rush, but like, I don't give a shit. I don't care because I like to make my moves. Like, I'm a hustler. I don't like to sit on my ass and wait for nothing. If it's horrible, I'll come back. But that's not the mindset I'm going in with. I don't plan on leaving for at least 3 to 5 years. So that's why I started this YouTube, because I felt like it'd be great. I want you guys to subscribe and like everything because I'm gonna be posting a few times a week. And so I'm into like health and beauty and wellness, but I'm also into like vlogs. I'm also into like fun things. And, I'm gonna be out here trying to make me some friends, start me some hobbies, like get out there, have some fun. And I just hope that you guys come with me because the next video is going to be fire. So yeah, so you guys, first off, subscribe and like here. Then Instagram me at Monique Envy underscore. And then stay tuned. So I have packed. I am at the airport. Security wasn't bad here in Atlanta. It's pretty hectic though because it's 3 days before Christmas. I packed everything I could. My bag, like I was just going crazy. Like I cannot have over 50 pounds because I do not want to pay extra. And of course, I get there and it's 37 pounds. And so I overpacked my carry-on so that I was able to do both. But this is it, guys. I'm on my way to the NYC. I board in 6 minutes. So let's talk about, I didn't close out my first video, the one where I talked about why I'm moving to New York, and how I'm moving to New York. And so I didn't close that video out, but basically it was a good flight. I love American Airlines more than I love Delta. I do. When I got here, I took the wrong train. I didn't take the wrong train, but I didn't know that on the weekends, on Sundays specifically, things change. And so I took it to a certain point, but after that, I ended up going ahead and taking an Uber. So I spent about $10. And then I got here, and everything was what I expected it to be. It's a really nice little room. They take out the trash. The shower is clean. It has a space heater. There's no windows though. That kind of sucks, but I still kind of love it. Like I'm here and I'm eating grapes, and I just feel like I made a good decision. I think I did. I'm gonna wait and see how the decision plays out, but I think that this is gonna be one hell of a ride. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.